Hello. Just started the recording again, and as I told you, we are going to do the Google Dorking room, explaining how search engine works and leveraging them into finding hidden content. I'll just join the room. Let's go. Yeah, all search engine. Google is arguably the most famous example of search engines. Ask who remember Ask Jeeves. Now it might be rather patronizing explaining how search engine works, but there's a lot more going on behind the scene than what we see. More importantly, we can leverage this our advantage to find all sort of things that a word list wouldn't. Researching as a whole, especially in context of cybersecurity, encapsulates almost everything you do as a pen tester. What is this? I'll just search it. I think it is a paid room. No, it is not. Yes, I have completed the intro to researching and will upload that before this video. I'll just complete this. There is essentially surfing internet crawlers or spiders to search content across www World Wide Web. Let's learn about crawlers. What are crawlers and how do they work? These crawlers discover content through various means, one being by pure discovery when a URL is visited by a crawler and information regarding the content of the type of website is returned to the search engine. In fact, there are a lot of information modern crawlers scrape, but we will discuss how this is used. Another method crawlers use to discover content is by the following any and all URL found from previously crawled website, much like a virus in the sense that it will traverse or spread to everything it can. Let's visualize something. The diagram below is a high-level abstraction of how web crawler works. Once a web crawler discovers domains such as mywebsite.com, it will index the entire content of the domain looking for the keyword and other miscellaneous information. But I will discuss miscellaneous information later. Search engine crawler, server, mywebsite.com, website content, dictionary of content, keyword. The crawler sends keyword to search engine, then it goes to search engine again. So it is explaining the diagram. User search for pairs, search engine index pairs, another website content, apple banana pair. So something like this works when crawlers are used in a search engine. Search engine crawler, my website content, URL, keyword. Okay, another website content. So it is mapped like this: another website content, URL, website content. Then it can also split into another website, then website content, and it will crawl through many websites in a small time. Search engine sees two websites like this. A website with some keywords: tomato, strawberry, pineapple, and its domain name is another website.com, and another website keyword apple banana pear with mywebsite.com. Now that the search engine has some knowledge about keywords, say if a user was to search for pairs the domain my website will appear. Likewise, say in this case the user now research for strawberries, the domain another website will be displayed as it is the only domain that has been crawled by the search engine that contains the keyword strawberry. Please ignore the background noises. Some street dogs are shouting. The name of the key term of what a crawler is used to. This is known as a collection of resources and their location. Keywords? No. Sorry for the disturbance. Wait a second. Crawler. Name the key term of what a crawler is used to. Name the key term. This is known as collection of resources and their location. Connection of resources and their location. Search engine SEO. No. URLs maybe. No. These crawlers discovered various means for content type. Make like a virus, much like a virus, traverse or spread. So name the key term of what a crawler is used to do. Search. No. This is known as collection of resources and their location. Gather, search, something like that. Crawler attempts to traverse termed as crawling every URL they find. I don't know, I'll just search that maybe. Because I haven't seen these yet. Name the key term of what a crawler is used to do. Name a term what a crawler is used to do. I'll just traverse, spread. Virus. No. Index. Okay. What is the name of the technique that search engines use to retrieve the information about the website? What is the name of the technique that search engines use? Crawling. What is the example of type of content that could be gathered from a website? What is an example of type of contents? Keywords. Enter search engine optimization. Search engine optimization, SEO, is a pre-relevant and lucrative topic in modern day search engines. In fact, so much so the entire business capitalizes on improving a domain's SEO ranking. At an abstract view, search engine will prioritize those domains that are easier to index. There are many factors in how optimal a domain is. To highlight few influences on how this point are scored, factors such as how responsive a website is on different browsers, how easy it is to crawl, what kind of keywords your website has, how many keywords it has, and there is a lot of complexity in how the various search engines individually point score on ranked domains. So there is a Google Site Analyzer which will show how strong is your SEO. Maybe if we can open this here, try hackme.com. Nothing of our use. Okay, so TryHackMe's SEO rating is given as of 14/10/11/2020. But who or what regulates these crawlers? Aside of from the search engine who provide crawler, website owners themselves ultimately stipulate what content crawlers can scrape. Search engine will want to retrieve everything from a website, but there are a few cases where we would not want all contents of website to be indexed. Can you think of any? How about a secret administrator login page we don't want everyone to be able to see, introducing robots.txt? So beep boop robots.txt. Similarly, sitemaps, which we will later discuss. This file is the first thing indexed by crawlers when visiting a website. Okay, this file must be served at the root directory specified by this web server itself. Looking at the file extension .txt, the text file defines the permission the crawler has to the website. For example, crawler is allowed, that is, you only want Google crawler to index your site, not MSN's. Moreover, robot.txt can find what file and directory that we do or don't want to be indexed by the crawler. A very basic markup robot.txt is like the following: mywebsite.com sitemap.xml. Okay, here are the few keywords: keyword, user agent, allow, disallow, sitemap. Okay, say we have hidden directories for file from crawler. Robot.txt works on blacklisting basis. Essentially, unless told otherwise, the crawler will index whatever it can find. In cases any crawler can index the site, the crawler can index every other content that is contained within a super secret directory. Okay, so they are showing this is a secret, this is not a secret. crawler will visit this but not this. We can use robot.txt to find this also. What if we only wanted certain crawler to index our site? How about preventing files from being indexed? So this is not our topic. Where would robot.txt be located in ablog.com? Let's go ablog.com robots.txt. If a website was to have a sitemap.xml, what would we allow? Only Bing bot to index the website. So there was a command user agent Bing bot. Bing bot. Okay, what would we prevent? How would we prevent a crawler from indexing the directory? Don't index me. Disallow. Don't index me. What is the extension of Unix / Linux system configuration file that we might want to hide from crawler? INI. An unknown error has occurred. I'll just refresh the page. I think my internet is not working. Oh, it worked. What is the extension? Unix or Linux based system? Extension of a Unix config file. I'll just search that. Uh, sorry. Oh, configs unf sitemaps. Comparable to geographical maps in real life, sitemaps are just that, but for website. Sitemaps are indicative resources that help for crawlers as they specify the necessary routes to find content on the domain. The below illustration is a good example of structure of a website and how it may look on a sitemap. Okay, website, products, grocery, fruit, pears. This is called mind mapping also, I think. What is typical file structure of sitemap? What is the typical file structure of a sitemap? Typical file structure of a sitemap. XML, okay. What real life examples can name the keyword for the part taken for the content of website? Name the keyword for the path taken on a content of website. Okay, route, I think. Yes, it is correct. What is Google Dorking? Using advanced Google setting. So basically narrowing down the Google search result by adding some thing like this site with URL and then keyword GCH headquarter news, something like this is. So what makes Google Docking appealing? File type. So we can also add file type, maybe an example of how. Yes, there it is. So we can find any file that is not in SEO, but we can make it rank on our page. I have blanked out a lot of things below to cover you. Me, THM, and the owners of the domains. Okay, index of. What should be the format used to query the site bbc.co.uk about flood defense? Site BBC UK flood defense says. What term would you use to search by file type? File type only. What term can be used to look for login page? Web page. In title, okay. That's it for Google Dorking, and I think I'll just start Wasp Juice Shop next. This was it for this video. I'll just stop the recording.